I'm going to start it.
Wait!
And welcome to 406 Broncos. I'm Mac.
And I'm Dakota.
Hey.
Starting it without me.
That's right. Well, you're taking too long. Alrighty. How are we starting this off?
I think we're starting it off talking about 2 2-0, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. What a game that was, all right? If you didn't see it, go back and on our Facebook page and look at our
Watch our reaction.
live video. Yeah, the reaction from when that field goal goes up. Man.
That was... I mean, that brings me back, too. I mean, we've done that so many times where we just nail-biter to
the very end.
To the very end.
I can't necessarily say I love that because that doesn't necessarily speak good about our team as far as how complete we are. But, man, when it comes to clutch time,
Yeah.
can nail those ones. I think there is... Is this plugged in?
Yeah.
Is it messing with it?
I don't think so because I heard it when I tested.
Okay, all right. It's not... You might want to unplug it. Just to make sure. We've had technical issues before. Anyway, there was... I think there's a lot of negative to actually take away from that last game based on a lot of things. Like, where do we start?
Well, for one, like I hope this isn't a occurrence that happened a couple years back where we hard start.
Mm-hmm.
We get going, but it takes a while for us to get going. Like we're at the halftime, you know, it's they start getting going afterwards, and I hate that.
That's how a lot of our seasons seem to go too. We get off to really good starts. We'll go 3-0. 4-0, and then we'll just start declining. But yeah, you're right. And then our games though are like the opposite. It's like we can't get it started till halftime, like you said. Yeah, that was a big thing. I think a lot of that runs on the defense, the defensive planning. I thought we played really soft on their defense. Their receivers were open all the time. Derek Carr completed, I think, 90% of his passes
for a good while there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the secondary, it was just wide open. Amari Cooper got...
It was like 9 catches for over 100 yards. It was just all short passes, too. But I don't think they had a different game plan in mind, and the Raiders saw right through it, and we did not adjust at all. So, as far as the defensive planning, that was wrong, or that was poorly executed. But the defense did come through in the clutch on those last couple drives. Offense came out in the second half firing.
I was going to say, the offense came out clutch after halftime.
We didn't punt at all, I don't think, in the second half.
We even went on Facebook Live talking how, they got to kick something into gear here in the halftime because we're going to lose this game. This is not looking good.
Well, and it was so fortunate that the score was only 12-0 at halftime.
The defense held them to that much. I mean, if anything, if they were clutch, if they were clutch offense and got a touchdown on every one of those drives, we'd have been a done game. That, they were outschooling us in that part. But yeah, red zone defense really kicked it into gear, and 12-0, and then coming back to that. I mean, that's not hard to come back to. So.
It was just looking so dismal. The offense could not get a first down.
No. Couldn't
convert on third downs at all. Like, the play calling... It wasn't the play calling so much. It was just the execution. And the defensive, plan that they put in place was not working, and they didn't change it. I don't know why. I don't know if they're afraid they'd get burned deep or what. But that was an issue. Hats off to Shaq Barrett, though. Blocked extra point was the difference in the game.
It was. That was awesome.
So that was way cool. What else?
Too bad they took that strip sack away from Bond.
Oh, I know.
We were cheering for that.
Um,
No, what was really cool to see though, like, I get a little scared watching Keenum sometimes. He kind of just trusts throwing that ball sometimes, and I get a little iffy when he throws it, because one of those could have been a touchdown for us, became an interception for them.
Yeah.
And that really just brought me down.
That was in the...
At the halftime, he stepped his game up. He had some great throws. He ran it twice. One for a first down, one for a touchdown. He drove it down good.
Oh, and he ran a touchdown, and that was
what
really...
I'm saying. Yeah, first down and then touchdown. It was unfortunate. Sutton and Tim Patrick got touchdowns, but they ruled it against them. Which, in reality, if you ever watched that one, Sutton got... it was a pass interference hardcore.
Oh, yeah, and everyone knew it.
Yeah.
But you can't call that back.
But, yeah, either way, it was... I mean, they were so, fixed on just barely right next to the white to make it an incomplete, but not seeing the chop block of the arms trying to get to it.
Phillip Lindsay, too, a big off to him. He's in the top 5 for running backs in yardage right now.
Number 3, isn't he?
I think he's 5 right now.
I thought
he might be 3. No, I think you might be right, actually, in yardage. Yeah, and he's the only undrafted rookie to ever have 100 scrimmage yards in his first 2 games. So, dude's doing great, man.
He's doing awesome.
And I like the role he has him in. There was some debate earlier this week about whether he should be the starter or not. No. Royce is an every down back. Lindsay isn't an every down back. He's a small dude, but they're utilizing him perfectly. This is exactly what I was talking about with him as like a Tevin Coleman to Devontae Freeman, Royce Freeman style. You know what I mean? Like, that's the perfect dynamic. He gets out on those passes. Dude, they're utilizing him perfectly. And look how it's working out.
It's played, yeah.
It's working out for everybody.
Yep. Royce Freeman got his first touchdown, too.
Oh, he did, huh?
That's one. Right. I mean, he drove it down pretty good. I thought maybe we'd see a little bit more, but time will tell. Well, we'll see. We have a lot more games coming. He looked great in the preseason. I'm hoping he'll look good here coming up. Yeah,
and another big hats off to Tim Patrick for that final play.
Oh, yeah, running it down, getting out of bounds.
Great field awareness, great time awareness to get out of bounds and make sure he wasn't getting tackled in the open field. So good job on him for that. Another negative I want to point out, though, is Demaryius Thomas.
And unfortunately, when we put our jerseys on for this show, I said that same thing. For that performance, why am I wearing this jersey right now? It was bad.
Yeah.
I love DT, and I always will, but, he's done a lot of stuff for our team. But, jeez.
He either needs some new gloves or to get his, spend some time catching some passes from the machine, or I don't know what it is, but he needs to figure something out, because this has been an ongoing issue for the last 3 years. Yeah. Is these drops, and he had some big ones that could have been
some not even hard passes at all. They were maybe 10 yards out there, and they just bounced right off his hands.
Yeah, and even if they were a little behind or a little in front, that's the. People, look what some of these receivers can do.
Look at what Emmanuel Sanders did in that game. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders, literally dives for anything he can get to. That thing will be 10 feet out that way, yet he's still trying to dive for it, and yet he'll probably catch it. He tries his hardest. Demaryius Thomas, I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, what I always thought he does is he thinks ahead. So, and then I'm thinking this is his problem. He's always thinking ahead. He thinks he's already caught it, and he's thinking of the next move he's got to do.
Which is a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
And he's a veteran.
Well, I've seen it countless of times where he turns his head before he catches it. Mm-hmm. And, that's been a problem with him these past 3 years. I don't know why he keeps doing it.
Well, he still has a spot on the team. He deserves to stay on the team. He just... I'm worried about his future. I think this might be his last year. We might be watching DT's last year. He's owed $14 million next year, and I just don't see him keeping him around. I think they're going to cut him. Yeah. And Sutton's going to be the heir apparent. So we'll see. He could have a strong finish. This could just be a minor setback. Let's hope. But let's move on to next week, or this upcoming week here. Baltimore. I think this is our biggest test yet.
I'm going to go to Baltimore.
First road game. A good defense.
The performance they brought out, though, last week makes me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, they blew out Buffalo, but at this point, who couldn't blow out Buffalo? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I think that was a little bit of a... I think that was kind of just... a flash in the pan as far as like it was a little bit too good to be true as far as how good they won. So it kind of like showed them a little bit stronger than they actually are. Because I mean, Cincinnati, while they are 2-0, they're not exactly just like this powerhouse team. Like they probably shouldn't have lost to Cincinnati, realistically.
Right.
They've got a lot of good receivers. They've got a good defense, and they kind of just choked. So it was on the road. We're gonna be on the road this time. This is a big test. This is a big test. We need to have this win, especially going in the next week following against Kansas City, because Kansas City's looking like they're gonna go 3-0, and we need to keep pace with them.
Yeah, Kansas City is obviously our competitor right now in this division, and it's been like this for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
With what I'm thinking, and this is the typical Kansas City move, is they're going to be hot in the beginning and smolder at the end. I mean, we've had that issue before as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to keep in track with them, because Chargers are doing good as well. They may have lost their first week.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah,
if
barely.
I remember right.
Who do they play again?
Who do they play?
Who did they play?
Last
week? First week. No, they beat the Bills last week.
Yeah. I don't remember who they played first week. I think it was Kansas City, wasn't it?
It could have been. Yeah. And it was a close game. It was Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, Chargers are right behind. Even how the Raiders played us, and how close that game was.
Well, and that's always a close game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a divisional game. I get it, but I mean, it's going to be tough to keep up top of this division.
Yeah.
I think
these head-to-head games are going to be big.
The only other division I think that is a powerhouse right now is NFC North.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to.
Especially with the Bears. The Bears are looking actually really good right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think that Khalil Mack move they got is just...
It's paying off. I'm with you though. I think Baltimore is definitely not unbeatable. Like, this isn't gonna just be like. I think Baltimore is favored. Are they
really?
Yeah, I think barely, but I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say. I think our defense can outplay their offense, so our offense just needs to outplay their defense, really, and their defense is good, so they got a game plan. I think you need to lock up those receivers because they have quite a few good ones. So this time around, you're not going to get away with this soft coverage. And that showed in the pass rush too. Carr was able to get that ball out quick, and it's because everything was open.
Carr's got a great release time too.
Oh yeah, they said it's one of the fastest.
Yeah.
But still, it's like when you don't lock up the receivers and everything, something's open every time. Of course he's going to release it quick. Yep. If everything's locked up, he's not going to throw it. So it's going to give the pass rush more time to get in there. So that's something we need to do this time around.
He may be a veteran, but I still feel a little bit more comfortable going against Flacco too. He's not that good.
But they're doing all right this year. So we can't underlook anybody. I still think if you lock up those receivers, you make it hard to get those passes in and make him just wait at least 2 more seconds in the pocket. Chubb and Vaughn and Barrett, those guys are going to come flying in, and we're at least going to get pressure. We might not get sacks, but we can at least get pressure, and that's going to stir things up. Mm-hmm. One thing that I want to see more turnovers, man. Week 1 we had a couple turnovers, but
we had a couple strips, didn't we?
We had 2 forced fumbles and a pick.
Yeah, okay. And we had nothing.
Nothing this last one.
Wow.
And it's because we weren't.
We would have.
Yeah, we weren't playing tight coverage. So, and I almost guarantee they're going to swap that up, especially because of these receivers. I'm not too worried about Baltimore's running game at all because they don't really have one. Defensively, I don't really know what Baltimore's strong suit is. But I think I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is going to be for running.
I guess let's go into it then if you're thinking and know that key matchups.
Yeah. My key matchup for the whole thing is the secondary on the receivers. That's a huge matchup is those guys locking up and having some tight man-to-man coverage. Yeah. So that's my number one key matchup, are the DBs against the receivers.
I mean, I guess that is like, it's hard. It's hard when we talk about this key matchup thing, because I think we just think the same thing. I mean, obviously, like,
I think things
their strong suit against something we'd have to close up. So, like, I mean, the receiver core is probably their strong suit. So obviously, we need to, that's our key matchup, is against our secondary against the receivers.
Doesn't help when it's a team we don't really know about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what Baltimore's strong suit on defense is, so I couldn't tell you if we should run or if we should pass. I think we're just going to do what we've been doing and kind of just mix it up.
I would say I'd utilize both of them. There was a lot of, like, in the beginning of this last game, we kept doing a lot of run, pass things. Mm-hmm. I think we need to switch it up just a wee bit more and stop doing this run thing, because I hate always having to be on third down.
Well, and
third down drives me nuts all the time. It gets me nervous.
Here's the thing for me. Okay, so I think the reason for that, because you noticed in the first game, we were very pass heavy. I haven't seen that since Peyton Manning. Yeah. Us be so, like, pass threat. But I think it's because of all the turnovers that Keenum had in week 1. I think they kind of just dulled it down and did more runs. They need the pass threat still worked, even with the turnovers. We were always knocking on the door. So I think they need to get over the turnovers thing. That stuff happens. Let Keenum throw, and I think good things will happen. Especially these short outs to, like, the tight ends and across the middle with Sanders, and then on the out with Lindsey. Those are your key.
I just want to be unpredictable, because, like, we got such a good receiving and running core that.
The O-line, dude. Yeah. The O-line has been the top 5 the last 2 weeks in a row.
Good, and just like, well, I lost my train of thought. But we have such a good receiving and running core, we can do anything. Like, so I don't want them to be conservative on one point, because we did not that great last time. But yet you got to bear in mind, like, he was out of the top 5 quarterbacks of that week, with yardage. So there was still a bright side out of that. Yeah, he had some bad picks, but he had some touchdowns too. Now, we were playing so conservatively this last time, yet in the second half we didn't. He threw it a lot more, but he never got a throwing touchdown because of it.
Yeah.
He ran it in. That was great, but let Keenum kind of do his thing too.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think about Keenum's still pretty. He's good in the pocket. Like, he doesn't get pressured.
What I like about it too is he stays calm, and he comes in. Like, once that pocket closes up, he goes forward. I love that because
we haven't seen that for a long time.
Haven't seen that forever.
Yeah, it's usually somebody gets flustered and starts trying to move out of the pocket, run out, that just doesn't work that way. Like, if you're a pocket passer, you throw from the pocket. Now, another thing, he's not afraid to just run for it either.
Right.
But he won't run out. He'll run forward.
Right.
And he'll still be reading the field.
I did see something. It's nothing major. There was a couple of them that were out in practice because they were sore, but
Keenum was one of them.
But
But they already said there's no worry of him.
No, I looked at the list, and every single one of them was like a sore knee or elbow or.
Yeah. So. Jared Veld here went out with a concussion.
Oh, I saw that. Concussion protocol.
He has to pass the concussion protocol in order to play. Otherwise, Billy Turner will take his spot. Which Billy Turner is good. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's amazing, but he's good enough to hold that spot for a week if need be. So, let's see what else. God, we're getting close. We're gonna go to a game here pretty soon here.
We are, and after this game, we'll be at that next one.
I want so bad. Like, I'm
and
very
we're going to see them play the Chiefs.
Of all teams, yeah. Which we wanted that, but at the same time, they're on fire right now, and it's like, I obviously think, especially in Denver, we'll always have a chance to beat anybody, and like it's a divisional game. We're gonna play them tough. Our defense is tough enough to get under Patrick Mahomes' skin, but here's what I want. I want us to win this week, of course. And I want the Chiefs to win because how great would it be to go 3-0 versus 3-0, winner takes the division. That's on Monday Night Football. Oh, it don't get any better than that, and we're gonna be there for it.
Yep.
So
great.
Just got to win this one, and that's a possibility because what I do not want is to be 2-1 going up against Kansas City and then walk out 2-2 with them technically 3 games ahead of us with a tiebreaker. That is not something we need. So this is a big game for us, this Baltimore game. We need to win this game. As crazy as that sounds. But when it comes down to the long run, down the line, it's going to be important. Especially because I'm not going to just say that we're going to walk out beating Kansas City. I would rather go in facing Kansas City at 3-0 and walk out 3-1 than walk out 2-2. Because we at least get to play them again. We can even the odds. Because who knows how far... Like you said, Kansas City's going to smolder. They always do. It's just a matter of when. And how far along we are right next to them. As long as we stay up with them...
What I want to see in that game is I just want to see our line just gobble that Mahomes kid up. I want to see Von Miller just sack his ass.
Yeah,
and I want to see Bradley Chubb do it as well. Both of them just collide right into him.
I want to
sandwich.
I want to see Chubb get like a full-on sack. Like he has one half sack. I want to see him get a full-on just blast the guy sack.
I guess that makes we got lucky in that Raiders game because one of the last throws to kind of keep it or to get us the ball back. Carr threw it. I can't remember who he threw it to, but Bradley Chubb screwed the pooch on that one.
Oh, I know.
He went like he
saw
stuttered. He saw him like gonna like looks like he was gonna throw it out, and then he
went off the wrong guy.
And he just completely blows off the guy. Luckily,
the guy
dropped the pass because we would be 1-1 now.
That's so crazy how it comes down to one play. Like one big play. Hey, that's another thing I'm going to say. Good on the coaching staff for time management. Taking timeouts when they did. They timed it up perfectly to allow the offense enough time to go down the field. And great 2-minute offense. Great 2-minute offense. Even with the mistakes, with drops and miscues. Like, he utilized the tight ends heavy in that 2-minute offense.
Yep, I like that. God,
that was a good game. That was a really, tight...
Yeah, it got awesome in the ending though. Like I kind of like those sometimes too. Just that nail biter and then just waiting for that kick.
I didn't even get to see the kick. I was trying to get the camera going and it was taking forever. And I'm like fiddling with my phone and then all of a sudden I look up and everyone's cheering right as the camera goes on.
We should do our things.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do game picks for the week. So last week
we had one different.
And this guy got it.
I got it.
It was New England and Jacksonville.
Yeah, New England and Jacksonville. And I said Jaguars are going to win. And he said New England was going to win. Made me 8-7-1. And he had 7-8-1. Yeah.
Can we talk just briefly real quick about how the NFL needs to get rid of ties?
I know. They've been talking about that now. The first 2 weeks, now we got 2 ties.
Personally, I think they need to go college style. Put it on the 15-yard line, 4 downs to the end zone.
Whatever they got to do for someone to win.
Yeah, because how crappy is that for the players, for the fans, for everybody? You work a whole week to try and win, and come out with nothing. Fans go to these games and
watch like literally nothing.
Yeah, and you leave like, oh, nothing happened. It's basically like we might as well just not have showed up. Like there shouldn't have even been a game tonight. Pointless. Anyway, we got weekly picks. I'll start this one out. So Thursday night we got one of the worst games of the week as far as like who wants to watch this. They've been giving these tickets away. I was saying, Jets at Browns. I'm gonna give this one for the first time in a long time. Cleveland's going to win a game. They're finally going to win, but not on a Sunday. They haven't won a game on a Sunday in over 1,000 days. Look it up. But Cleveland gets one on Thursday night.
I agree with that. I think Browns. I mean, they've been looking pretty good for what the games they've been playing. So I mean, they tied the Steelers.
The Steelers of all teams.
And they were actually leading the Saints, but go figure, the Saints would come back on that one.
Well, they choked off of field goals.
And yeah, right. Well, then they fired the field goal guy. So, Sam Darnold, I don't think he's gonna be. I mean, obviously the game changer just quite yet, but he's doing all right. But I just think Browns are gonna take this.
Okay, you go with the next. We'll just go back and forth.
Bills at Vikings, or I really got to say this one. Vikings. Vikings are looking good. Yes, they have tied as well with the Green Bay Packers, but Cousins killed it out there. I mean, Diggs and Thielen were looking hot. So, I think, Vikings are going to just walk all over the Bills.
I'm going to say Vikings as well, obviously. It's almost too... It's in Minnesota. Real quick, though, can I just say how crappy for Buffalo. They got their first 3 games are against 3 of the top defenses in the league. Buffalo, and then last week was Chargers, and then now Minnesota. That's tough, man.
Baltimore. You said Buffalo.
Did I say Buffalo? I thought okay, Baltimore, and then San Diego or LA, and then now Minnesota. Those are top 3 huge defenses. Yeah, Minnesota's gonna win that one. Giants at Texans. This is a tough one because both these teams are just so they're so I don't know exactly they have great talent, but they're just not being utilized, or they're just not getting it done, or what. I don't know what the heck's going on. But I'm gonna say the home team wins. Houston barely. I think Deshaun Watson actually finally gets it going, and I just don't believe in Eli Manning. I don't believe in that O-line. I think J.J. Watt's going to disrupt too much.
I agree with that one. I think this is Texans' first win. They've been kind of playing hard with these last 2 teams, Patriots and the Titans, but they haven't really gotten it done. Now, I think they'll take over with the Giants yet, but I still think it's going to be a hard game for them, definitely. Yeah. Packers at Redskins. Packers. Rodgers is looking good. And he's really utilizing his receivers too. I think they're just going to take it over. Their offense is top notch right now.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if Washington upset them, but I'm still going to take Green Bay just because it's Rodgers.
Yeah.
And not that Washington's just something stellar, but I think both these teams are kind of just right now they're kind of one of those teams that could surprise you by losing, and they could surprise you by doing really, really good. So
yeah.
San Francisco at Kansas City. Kansas City's red hot. They're gonna win this one. Hopefully, I'd hate to see Patrick Mahomes beat Peyton Manning's record. I would really, really hate that. I don't think it'll ever happen. But I think Kansas City's gonna win this one pretty good. Hopefully it's a shootout. Hopefully Garoppolo just gets it on and it's a shootout. I would love to see San Francisco just upset these guys, but I'm still taking Kansas City.
I'm going to take Chiefs as well. They're at home. Yeah, they're red hot. They do this all the time. I love for me to be wrong for this one. Yes. I'd love it to see San Francisco whoop their butts and Garoppolo just kill them, but they got so much weapons in Kansas City. It's insane.
Sickening.
Alrighty, Raiders at Dolphins. This one was tough for me too. Dolphins, I mean, they don't look too good, but they've been squeaking by all the teams they've been playing. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Gruden finally gets his first win. I think Raiders will finally get one win. And, I mean, Dolphins I don't think is too hard of a team to do it. So,
I'm going to go on the other side finally. I'm going to say, first different one we've had today, I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this one. Dolphins are 2-0, man. Yeah. And they have actually been playing kind of tough. Not necessarily been playing tough teams, but they've been playing all right. And they're in their home field. They got some momentum. They're at least feeling the victories. So I think that momentum's going to carry, and I think it's the opposite for the Raiders. I think the Raiders are in a slump right now, and it's hitting them hard. So I think Miami gets it over on Oakland. Let's go. Indianapolis at Philadelphia. Carson Wentz is back. He's going to light it up. Indianapolis doesn't have a chance. Philadelphia takes it big time.
That was pretty much, you just put the icing on the cake there for me. Eagles are going to take this. Yeah, Carson Wentz is going to be back. He's going to have that, like, I wouldn't say beginner's luck, but he's just going to have that, like, natural...
Just that instinct.
Feel to it again.
Well, think about it. It's in Philadelphia. You don't think that crowd's going to be going nuts for Carson Wentz to be back?
Right.
I mean, I don't care if he's nervous or if he's favoring that leg or what. The crowd will be enough to distract Indy from doing anything. Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Where am I at? Okay, Titans at Jaguars. Titans, they played last week pretty good, but Jaguars, they're gonna be a top tier team this year, like they were last year, and their defense is going to probably swallow them up.
Yeah, Jacksonville is gonna stomp a mud hole in Tennessee. Tennessee's already beaten up. They barely beat Houston, who's been struggling, and not to say that that's not a good win. Tennessee. That's a hard-fought divisional win, but this is a really hard-fought divisional game. And Jacksonville, Blake Bortles has had a great game last week. Leonard Fournette's going to be back. Jacksonville's going to stomp a mud hole in Tennessee. Cincinnati at Carolina. I'm choosing...
the cat game.
Yeah. Carolina. Home team's going to win. Cincinnati is 2-0. They're playing pretty good, actually. But I don't know. I just get a gut feeling that the Carolina defense is going to turn it up a little bit. And I just think Cam Newton's going to have a good game.
I'm going to go with Carolina, too. I think this is kind of more of a team that's going to, stop that streak of Bengals. Bengals are just kind of getting by, I believe.
They almost lost that huge lead they had against Baltimore.
Yeah, so... but I don't think they're going to be... in reality, I don't even think... Bengals might have maybe a 8-8 season, but it'd probably be in the negatives for them at the end. So I'm gonna say Panthers are gonna take this.
Go.
Saints at Falcons. This one was a toughie. The Saints are kind of slumping off just a little bit. They have not been performing that well. Falcons have been. Yet they played the Eagles, which that's obviously a tough team, and it was
a close game
right in the beginning of the season. So, but Falcons been looking pretty good. I'm gonna say Falcons at their home.
Okay, I am gonna take New Orleans. I think Matt Ryan is a little bit too wishy-washy. I think we're gonna see a bad outing by Matt Ryan again, and even if it's an all right outing, I think Breeze is just still so good. And that offense is going to click a little bit better. Because they're still playing good games. They're still playing hard. And who did they lose to last week? Tampa Bay? Or was that week 1? No, they oh, who the heck did they? No, Saints beat Cleveland. They barely beat Cleveland. But even with that, I think New Orleans is going to win. I don't know. It's a divisional game. New Orleans needs a win. They're gonna
Chargers at Rams. Go.
It's my turn. Rams. They're just
the LA game.
The Rams are just too good. Nothing against the Chargers though. I mean, I wouldn't be so shocked if Phillip Rivers kind of like
I can see this
put on a clinic. Yeah, it could be a shootout.
I can see also them kind of swallowing up Phillip Rivers and him getting PO'd. But I'm gonna go with the Rams too. Bears at Cardinals. Cardinals, I have no faith in them this year.
Nope. They're going to be one of the worst teams.
I think they're in the bottom, way bottom dwellers, like 30 to 32. They're going to be ranked at the end of the season.
I agree.
Your turn.
Yeah, you said it pretty well. I'm Chicago. Chicago's doing really good. Their defense looks really tough. I think it's a matter of time before we see Josh Rosen come out for Arizona. Probably not this week, but I think Chicago definitely takes this It's my turn. Dallas at Seattle. This was a tough one for me. Seattle's looking really sloppy, but so is Dallas. And I'm going to go ahead and say Seattle gets their first win. It's in Seattle. The crowd's going to be loud. They need a win. Dallas is just one of those teams that I don't really believe in week to week. I think Dallas is one of those teams I think could show up any week, and I think they could shit the bed any week. So this is a shit the bed week. Seattle gets it clicking.
This is a different one for us. I don't know. I don't think Seahawks really got anything clicking for them. So with the performance they did the other night, I think Cowboys will take it. I don't really have too much to say on it. I don't really care about those teams. So Patriots at Lions. Poor Lions.
I know.
Patriots gonna win. They lost last week to Jacksonville. Tom Brady gonna come in with a little bit of vengeance. He doesn't want that tied ranking, standing, whatever.
What are you talking about? Tied what?
1-1.
With who?
1-1.
Oh! I see what you're saying. He doesn't want to be 500. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, New England. New England's gonna. They just got Josh Gordon. I mean, granted, he might not play this week, but he could not play, and they'd still beat Detroit.
Steelers.
Monday night, Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. That's actually gonna be a really good game. And you know what? Tampa Bay is gonna win.
I think so too.
Tampa Bay, Fitzmagic,
Bucks
man.
Are good, man.
They're just, and it's in Tampa Bay. It's in Tampa Bay. Momentum is high, and Pittsburgh momentum is low, and I don't know, man. Pittsburgh just isn't clicking. Although Roethlisberger is doing really good, but so is Fitzmagic, man. Fitzmagic has the most yards in the entire NFL, and it's gonna keep going. Him and D-Jack. And then for our last, or did you want to say?
Yeah,
it's I think.
Who do you think?
Wait, Denver at Baltimore?
I said Bucks though.
Oh yeah, okay. Denver at Baltimore. I'm gonna go ahead and say Denver. Broncos take the win on that one.
Yeah. Closing arguments.
That's a little bit of a long video, but these game ones are gonna be a little longer. But.
All right, are we done?
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks for watching, everybody. This 406 Broncos. Please like us, share us, subscribe to all our stuff, and have a good night.